Lambo to add on the extra point. So that'll back him up 5. He'll try it again now after the 5-yard walk-off. And it's 21-3.
Makes the score Jaguars 21, Vikings 3. Josh Lambo to kick off for Jacksonville.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Cousins here on the bootleg. That's complete to the receiver Thielen. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10.
I know you're trying not to scoreboard watch, but you only got 3 points. You're kind of hoping that type of play there gives you some positive momentum going into the half.
Yeah, need to do something to get more than that 3 number that they have on the scoreboard right now. Lets it fly for Thielen. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Their own 9-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now consider the lead. The question is, how much is good enough? Are you going for more?
It's the NFL. There's never enough, I believe, because they get reeled in all the time when you sit on the ball. I think that they will try and move the ball downfield and try and squeeze a few more points out of this first half. They'll be careful. They'll be a little bit cautious at times, but also they will attack downfield and try and get in position for at least 3 points.
Now Kaepernick throwing on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
And incomplete. It's 3rd down. And
they head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
Jacksonville.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Kaepernick. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And down to the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 43 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. So simple, Charles, on the face of it, but what makes it so difficult for defenses to stop?
I think it's the precision and the quickness in which the play occurs, because the snap gets to the quarterback. He's essentially playing volleyball with it, just immediately just shoveling it forward. And when that receiver is at a full head of steam, if you don't take the edge away, he's got a chance to get to the corner and get upfield. But if you take the edge away, that's your chance to disrupt that play.
And no disruption there, that's for sure, as it winds up 6 points.
Jacksonville.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Cousins on first down. Over the middle here to Rudolph. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Again, it's Cook. Powers through. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
That is incomplete.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. This one complete to Gafford. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
tackle.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing on second down. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third down now, and those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
4th down and 1.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
There, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Throwing, Cousins. And Rudolph has got it. The big tight end for a Viking touchdown. Kyle Rudolph, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. And this is up and good. It cuts the lead to 28-10 now.
Makes the score Jaguars 28, Vikings 10.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
They'll run again with Cannon. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he puts his head down and gets up to the 42 for a gain of about 6.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On second down now, it's Cannon, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. The Jaguars on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. One more time, it's Cannon. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. Trent Cannon, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jaguars had 6 to their lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic, a lot of fun to watch.
And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He's tackled at the
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. Now the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking 1st down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Again, it's Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. and that'll cut the lead down now to 18. At each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Cannon. He finds an opening past the 40 as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
And it's 3rd down.
Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Gets it to his running back, Cannon. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
Complete.
Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Wide receiver.
A nice play design there with a touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled home.
That's going to be caught. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Continuing to keep their foot on the gas, and it looks like they're just having fun out there. They're loose, they're free, and they're enjoying what the scoreboard looks like.
I'd have to say I agree with you totally. They're having a blast out there all game long when they throw the football. They're picking up nice chunks of real estate, significant yardage on just about every throw that they make. And there's another one there, and they continue to have that fun that you just talked about.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Trenton Cannon, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. What a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm, can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Off the play fake, Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. Rico Gafford, the intended target. And that'll make it third down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Cousins from the gun on third. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. He'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play there. Cousins to Thielen. 56 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Cousins throw complete to Thielen. That catch good for only a couple. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
Second down and goal. Cousins. And be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
Today's final score, Jaguars.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Jacksonville, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will head home next week to take on the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile,